Peace, family. It's your brother Usman. Back at you. We're getting ready to talk about healthy weight maintenance. Basically, we're going to also talk about healthy weight gain. Shout out to my brother, the Mailman 100. This is one of the videos that he asked for. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to the public. Him as well, of course. Now, some key factors in healthy weight gain or healthy weight maintenance to be considered are, in my estimation, three very important ones. Okay. Intake, of course, what you eat, what they call diet. Activity. Notice I didn't say exercise. Activity and mindset. Now, mindset is probably the most overlooked aspect of healthy weight maintenance, but we'll discuss why that's very important. Okay. There are other factors that affect weight gain or loss, but I'm just going to focus on the ones that are most important according to my research and experience. Now I'm going to start with mind state because that is integral to weight management in general. Okay, if you don't have the dedication, you won't perform the work, you won't get the results. All right. One of the best ways I can impress upon you the link between how you think and what you eat is what's called pleasure eating. All right. That's eating to please the mind mostly, and the body to some degree, to escape other stressors or pressures that you may be dealing with. All right, if you pleasure eat, this will impede, if not prevent, results you could have otherwise gained from a good exercise regimen or routine. All right, or even if you're eating good otherwise from the pleasure eating itself. Why? Because pleasure eating involves carbs and sugars 99% of the time. All right, 98% of the time it's refined sugars and carbs because refined sugar releases a good amount of endorphins. Okay, and that's basically what the mind is seeking with pleasure eating. It's also the most difficult aspect of eating to control because it's based on emotional mind state, right? Directly connected to how you react to your environment. So if you don't control your thoughts and your stressors, you'll continue to sabotage any other consistent effort to maintain a healthy weight and body system. Okay, now you can call it being a chocoholic, frequent snacker, snack master, or whatever, but it's the basis of sugar addiction that needs to be dealt with. Stevia is a powerful start with that. That's why I recommend it in nearly all of my recipes. All right. Also, eat foods low on the glycemic index scale. Okay, I have a PDF on my website you can download to see some common food glycemic index numbers, and it tells you a little bit about the glycemic index, so you'll learn what it is. Excuse me. You'll learn what it is and how to use it. So there will be a link below, and I strongly suggest you download that PDF if you want to know more about controlling sugar levels. Okay, that'll be a big asset to you. Now again, you'll be hard pressed to see results in any weight management process or program while you're addicted to sugar. So that must be addressed if you want to have any meaningful success in weight management. So now we're going to address activity now. Now I have a few people. Another shout out to my brother Damon, and also the basketball player Drake Reed, who both lost fat on my meal plan. Now I expected Drake to have results because of being an active athlete, but my brother Damon slimmed down just by the intake of the diet change alone. Now that said, you should be active to maximize the results. All right. Now, active does not mean you have to necessarily be exercising in the traditional sense. Daily fast-paced or intermittent jog with your dog, playing tennis, indoor handball, racquetball, spinning class. You could even count your job if your work is laborious to a certain degree. For example, if you're a mailman or a mailwoman, as one of my consults has been, you can speed up your walking pace for the sake of calorie burning. If you work in a warehouse, you're humping packages. Go hard for 10 minutes, time it on your watch, rest for 1 minute, then go hard for another 10 minutes. And adjust that as necessary depending on what what type of shape you're in. All right. Any sustained activity that raises the body temperature for 20 minutes or more, that can qualify as a workout. Okay. Again, that depends on what type of shape you're in currently. Now, your workout can be as creative as your mind when it comes to staying active. And that's a crucial element in weight management. So now we're going to talk about intake. Now this is the most difficult to achieve because it takes the most consistency. Um, if you think you can manage weight, be it gain or loss, without making your eating regimen a lifestyle habit, stop it. Okay, you have to be patient with yourself because the trial and error phase is, it's inevitable. But you will make progress even in that. And I tell people all the time, and will continue to tell you, eat earlier in the day. Eat the bulk of your carbs, especially early in the day, preferably before 6 p.m. No matter if your workout is earlier in the day or later. Okay, eat them before 6. After 6 meaning your intake should be mostly veggies and protein, be it meat, hemp shakes, plant protein shakes, or dairy such as whey or egg protein from non-GMO source protein or non-GMO source animals. Okay, don't eat a lot of fat with any carbohydrate meal. Okay, that's a recipe for fat gain, especially if you're not going to be active 45 minutes after the meal, or if you're not going to be active, period. Okay, you want to drink at least a gallon of water daily. Okay, now it seems simple, but one cannot express the importance of water. All right, now think about it. Water carries the nutrients throughout your whole body. Okay, your brain sits in a biological vat of water called cerebrospinal fluid. All right, this fluid also is in 4 ventricles directly inside the brain, feeding your brain's growth and its functionality. All right, you have tubes of water, or ventricles rather, inside the brain, feeding the brain the nutrients. All right, even your emotions are affected by lack of water. The brain cells are the most delicate of the body, and the brain, pound for pound, uses more water and energy than any other part of the human body. So don't underestimate the power of water in regards to the brain. You have to drink ample amounts of water. Chronic dehydration, which most people suffer from, is a silent killer of joints. Okay, this is where most of your joint problems originate. Spinal discs also, those originate from lack of water. Chronic dehydration. It's the main causes of a lot of other degenerative diseases. All right, and also another factor that people that I find are unaware of. Many people have cravings for food when they really need water, and some people can't really identify what they crave. One reason, again, that's not really discussed is this. One of the leading mineral deficiencies in the U.S. is iron. Now, it's estimated that 11% of the U.S. population is iron deficient, right? Iron deficiency often causes mild to moderate symptoms of what's called pica. When people crave ice, clay, pepper, dirt, they're chewing pencils, and this is especially in little children who don't eat the full range of foods that they should. You usually see them suffering from this, as well as some women who go through pregnancies, emotional issues. All of these things cause people to crave these strange substances, all right, and a litany of other substances. But this is a mild form of pica, and it's caused by an imbalance in minerals in the body, or a mineral deficiency. So basically your cravings, which are the body's way of informing the brain of lack of nutrients, is thrown off. And you're now unable to interpret what you really need. So a stomach full of food will shut off the brain from signaling the need to rehydrate. This is why vitamin supplementation is very important. As I've said before, the denatured soil most produce comes from is lacking in proper mineralization of food. Okay, so bringing it back around to our food intake. Be sure to eat organic when at all possible, especially thin-skinned fruit like strawberries, cherries, grapes, etc. Now, hard-skinned fruits like watermelon, bananas, pineapples, these suffer from very little pest predation, okay? And pesticides don't generally seep into the flesh of fruits like these. So these are okay to buy non-organic, the hard-skinned fruits. Organic meats are a must. I can't stress that enough. My previous videos explain in detail why, okay? Get enough calories, but not too much. Now, there's plenty of data out there to give you insight on that type of calorie calculation as well. Email me if you have any general questions about that and other topics that we've covered in the video. Okay? Hope this helps you. If this information has helped you in any way or you found it valuable, don't hesitate to subscribe. Also, for consultations, go to lessons101store.com, navigate down to the health consultations link, and from there it will take you to our health library page where you can receive a consultation.